The skin price pump is back on the menu. A couple weeks ago, we had just an insane run up and then an absolutely disgusting crash where I know a lot of people were scared. A lot of people were fearful. A lot of people were losing money, or at least, losing money in terms of unrealized losses and stuff like that. But thankfully, things are starting to bounce back in a big way. All different kinds of skins, all different kinds of items. Kind of the CS2 economy across the board is looking really strong heading into the beginning of summer. So we need to talk about all of that and much more in this video today. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy, and Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So I saw this tweet from esportfire.com that got me really excited. They have a bunch of awesome graphs, indexes. They're always keeping track of all different kinds of, prices and trends and everything in the CS2 economy and market. They're a really cool site, actually. The CS2 market appears to be unstoppable at the moment. After the reset 10 days ago, we are back on a daily up again. Furthermore, agents are on a 3-month high. So we'll look at the agents graph in a second. But first, here's this Esport Fire 300 graph. This is like an index of 300 items that they deem, kind of investment grade and like that track the market really well. It's kind of like an index fund, or like an index in the stock market or something like that, like the SPY or the NASDAQ or whatever. But we did, I just want to see this picture without this text on it. So we were just kind of on this general uptrend, February, March, April, we're on this general uptrend. Then things get really dumb. We start to pump. This is when we pump to those new all-time high prices, the 5 billion whatever CS2 market cap prices. It was absolutely insane. And it started to not make a lot of sense. And people were talking about that, like, hey, why are prices high? Why are things pumping this crazy? Is it Chinese market manipulation? Is it people just being stupid? Is it FOMO? Is it a combination of everything? Hey, probably. Then we had, I want to move my face real quick, we had this epic dump off where not only did we give back all the gains we got, but we also gave back much more, and we kind of dropped to even below where these prices were before. You can see here we bottomed out here, but we were on this uptrend and then we crashed back down, and it was really crazy and it was scary. And again, a lot of people who bought during that uptrend because they thought we were going to the moon, because they thought, oh, the Austin Major's right around the corner. Oh, the player base is awesome. Oh, the CS2 unboxing numbers are looking good. We're just going to keep going. I don't want to miss out. Those people lost so much because not only were the prices lower than where we started, prices just kept going lower and lower. But we are now bouncing all the way back. And what was really interesting to me here is we are still, if you take out this crazy high and this crazy low, we are still just on this consistent uptrend. The line literally fits perfectly with us just continuing to go. So not only do I think we are back to a healthy and normal market state, I think things are going to continue on this general uptrend because still the player base numbers do still look really strong, and the unboxing numbers look good. Everything's good. Again, we do have that Austin Major. I am expecting some more content in the back half of 2025. Not only do we have the next Premier season coming out, we have maybe Cash coming out, maybe Cobblestone coming out, maybe some new Armory rotations, tons of different opportunities with the Armory, maybe a new case into the active duty. There's a lot of cool things that CS2 can do in the back half of 2025. So I do think that the market and the graphs and the charts and everything are looking a lot more healthy, a lot more under control. And I think one of the main takeaways we can learn from this whole thing is when the market gets dumb and it starts to pull away stupidly and randomly pump and not make sense, hey, those probably aren't great times to buy. I'm not necessarily saying that you should sell because I'm not really one who wants to sell in the short term. I'm holding my stuff for the long run. I invest in stuff that I think is absolutely S+ tier investment grade that I want to hold for 3, 4, 5 years and make a ton of money. I don't want to sell in the short term because I'm not looking to take a small profit. I'm looking to take huge profits in the long run. But one thing I am a big advocate of and a big fan of is when we see these dips, when things dip down and don't make sense. It didn't make sense that things pumped up so high, but it also didn't make sense to me that things crashed down way below even where we started. So in the short term, if you do see dips, especially on your favorite items, especially on items that are absolutely, rare, in demand, consumable, growing in price, decreasing in quantity, decreasing in supply, I think you want to buy those dips. And I think that's something to keep in mind, because anyone who bought these dips over the past couple weeks has been absolutely printing money in the short term. And again, as long as they're investing in stuff that is keeping them in good spots for the long term, they got a discount on an amazing long-term investment. Like, hey, that is where you really make some serious money in all kinds of markets. And obviously CS2, is nothing different. We have seen agent prices are pumping a little bit. Obviously, I know there's been some manipulation of agents on like Twitter and stuff like that, but I do think in general, agents are doing very good. That it's not really shocking to me. Obviously, we haven't gotten any new agents in quite a long time now. Agents are not necessarily my forte or my area that I'm going to be putting any money into. Again, agents have some demand, but not insane demand. As the CS player base grows, yeah, agent prices will probably pump a little bit, but since they're not consumable, you're always at the risk of, one, more agents coming out and there just being overall higher supply, but also a new cooler agent coming out and making your coolest, best agent, whatever, maybe not that cool or maybe not that good anymore. Also, agent customization is a really, really big risk to agent prices in the future. It could help agent prices a ton if you can customize your agent and make them sick and it's, skin specific and stuff like that, but also it could hurt agent price in the long run as well, because depending on how customizable and how full the customization is, you could just make a trash agent look really cool, and then, hey, really cool agents, don't really have any value or price or anything at that point. But agent prices are pumping. This is definitely a part of this big market pump. Apparently, Cattle 15 stickers are pumping. I didn't even know that. Here is what things are looking like on the CS trending items and market cap page on Price Empire. We can kind of zoom into what's been going on over here, and you can see, again, we hit those all-time highs around, May 7th, and then again, we did drop down, but we are back. We are getting closer and closer and closer to that 5 billion number once again. We are down about 4% all-time, but you can see here, past 7 days, we're up 4%. Past 30 days, we're up 5%. Past 90 days, we're up 15%. So all the indicators right now are pointing up, even though we had this major crash and even though we're off those all-time highs, things are still pointing in the right direction. You can see even a lot of stuff, that crashed down big is responding pretty well. You have M4A1S Hot Rod. I know this is one of the things that cratered the most. It's up 25% in the last 7 days, 35% in the last 30 days. If you bought the dip on this thing, you could potentially be up 25% this week and have an M4A1S Hot Rod, which is just an absolutely sick skin. M9 Bayonet Doppler Phase 2, another 6 skin, up 14% this week. That's crazy. 7 days, 14%. Vulcan, one of the most iconic AK skins in the whole game, up 10% this week. Desert Eagle Blaze, people love that, up 8% this week. All kinds of different stuff. Blue Phosphor, one of my favorite skins in the game, and honestly a little bit more affordable than some of these really, really expensive items. 16% this week. Hydroponic up 20% this week. Dragon Lore even up 10% this week. That's always crazy to see. Marble Fade, Karambit up 12%. So the market is doing very, very good. We are kind of pumping once again. And obviously, skins and cases kind of go hand in hand. When skins pump, the skins inside, when cases pump, the skins inside of them need to go up to kind of balance out, and when skins pump, the case prices kind of need to go up to balance out. And obviously we know old rare cases have amazing fundamentals, so the skins in them are kind of just going to naturally pump over time as they continue to naturally pump over time. Here's a graph from the Operation Breakout case, which a couple months ago I bought 100 of, so I'm in a pretty good spot owning, I don't know, like $1,000 of these or something like that. And yeah, they are pumping. This looks really, really good, going from about 57 up to 66 in like 5 days or something like that. That's good to see, especially for a very, very expensive case. But again, I love the Operation Breakout case. I don't know that I necessarily love it at these current prices because the risk to reward ratio is maybe getting worse and worse, but still all time or over time, I think this case is going to continue to pump up in price. It's got nothing but butterfly knives. What is not to love about that? How is that not an amazing investment? That's always going to have demand. That's always going to have strong unboxing numbers. One of the big things I think could potentially be contributing to this market pump as well is, if you guys have seen this, you guys know what I'm talking about. This inventory is not available at this time. Please try again later. This has been happening to me for the past like 2 or 3 days. And this, I know for sure it's preventing me from selling stuff because I am still in the process of selling a lot of different stuff from my inventory. Again, this like Paris investments I had from a long time ago, different stickers, different patches. I'm trying to sell all that stuff because I want to be funneling all my money into cases and trade up skins. That's kind of my strategy right now. I want to invest my money in the stuff that I think is the highest grade S+ tier investments. So I've been trying to sell off a lot of that old stuff, and it takes time. I have a ton of items, a ton of cheap stuff, whatever. It takes a lot of time, but I've moved that stuff into my inventory, and then I'm trying to sell it on Steam Market, but I can't even access my inventory. So there could be some prices pumping right now because we are kind of running out of supply of some items, because it's actually hard to list stuff on Steam right now. So once this does get straightened out, maybe this little short-term price run will slow down a little bit. But again, Dragon Lores aren't pumping 10%. M4A1S Hot Rod isn't pumping 25% because people can't list them on Steam. Obviously, those are items that don't even sell on Steam. But I know a lot of cheap skins, trade-up skins, maybe cases, maybe play skins, whatever. They could definitely be feeling a little bit of a pump because of stuff like this, because people aren't even able to really sell stuff right now. Again, I'm sure Valve's going to figure this out soon, but I can't believe I'm still having this issue like 2 or 3 days later after this happened. So I wonder what's going on with that. Also, again, another thing that could potentially add to the CS economy, another thing that could pump up skins, another thing that could get people excited. Counter-Strike has apparently changed their banner on Twitter. I don't know what they're cooking. I don't know exactly what this means, but we can go to the CS2 account and see that this is their new banner. Now, you might not think this is that big of a deal. You might not really care about this, but you have to understand, and if you've been following the CS economy over the past couple of years, CS2, when they decide to get active on Twitter, it means something is coming. Now, obviously, we know the Austin Major's right around the corner, so maybe they're just getting hyped up and excited for that. But I don't know. I think usually they do stuff like this for a specific reason. They're not usually even that active on Twitter, but when they start to tweet, when they start to change their profile picture, when they start to change their banner, when they start to change, their their bio, they do these little weird things, and it's usually a hint at something. Very, very, very few times has it meant absolutely nothing, because, again, why would they just be doing this stuff? And they have a track record of dropping little hints and dropping little teasers. So I don't know what this means, but it could be something, some kind of new update or change or something like that coming to CS2 very soon. And again, that could also cause some skin prices to pump. We have different items, like apparently vanilla knives have been going crazy recently. I am actually a big fan of vanilla knives. I think they're kind of underrated as an investment. I think they're a really, really good way to kind of hold value in your items and slowly increase your portfolio over time. They're not the most insane investments ever, but I think, as far as like safe, slow, consistent growth, vanilla knives are sick. And honestly, I think they look pretty cool in game. I think they're just underrated overall. But apparently a lot of vanilla knives have been pumping recently. Apparently this M4A one is going crazy. Just different people showing different things that are doing very, very well. Apparently some borderless stickers are doing well as well. I haven't dove too much into this, but you can see here Copenhagen looks like it's bouncing back strong. Paris, I know, has had a little bit of a comeback. You have, some Stockholm stuff, maybe some Antwerp stuff doing okay as well. Just overall, this is a 2021 to 2023 sticker index from Price Empire that shows it's up like 27% in the last 30 days. Obviously, border stickers from Austin is going to do that, but I am a little bit worried about Austin as well, since obviously it scrapes down to borderless, and the huge supply of borderless stickers out there. I still just don't know if these are that amazing of investments. I'm still kind of staying away from borderless stickers, but if you start, if you want to start buying into them now, I can see the vision. I just don't necessarily totally, agree with it or love it or whatever. Ton of agents, like I said, pumping right now as well. I want to get a little bit more into the specifics of that. We have Trapper Solman going from 32 to 53. Miami Darrow going from 102 to 112. Getaway Sally going from 99 to 107. D Squadron Officer going from 79 to 84. So, lots of agents coming up. But again, like I said, there are obviously some agents out there being manipulated. So you definitely want to be careful, because that is something you could definitely get burned on. And then, like I said here, another person talking about vanilla knives exploding. I'll maybe dive deeper into that for its own exclusive video or like specific video, because I actually think the vanilla knives as an investment case are actually pretty interesting. But things are looking good. I know we've heard a lot recently about people being like, oh, there's going to be a summer slowdown. Oh, the Steam summer sale crashes prices, blah, blah, blah. Chinese market manipulation. But so far, none of those things are stopping the CS2 economy. Skin prices continue to pump, and I'm just happy people are finally making money again, because that's always exciting. Hopefully this thing keeps going. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.